think we gotta start from the beginning. And that happened exactly about a year ago. The idea of painting my Carrera GT came about. And the one company that I knew had a massive shop and a reputable shop with insurance, with everything right, was Galpin Automotive Sports, GAS. So I started building a relationship with them, and the first project that we worked together on was to paint my Carrera GT and have it ready for the LA Auto Show. And we did that and we presented it, and it was so successful and it went so great. The experience was so amazing, and he taught me a lot of things. And one thing that I learned from that was these guys can do anything. Like any other car guy, you can only imagine that building a car has always been one of my mega master dreams in this world. And I always thought, you know, that I'm never gonna be able to build my car. It's gonna be too far-fetched. It's very expensive to make a car. It's almost impossible to start from the beginning and being able to compete with the majors. So my business mind had to kick in because I knew I wanted to do this. But what was going to be the first step to take in this massive mission and being able to compete in a world where car makers, Ford, Volkswagen, all of those guys, Porsche, they have $1 billion. And obviously the first thing was, you know what? I cannot create a car from scratch. There's a lot of people and famous designers that get into this business by working on other cars that are already ready, available for sale, but they make the tweaks and make it special enough with a target audience in the end that makes sense. And these guys go on and make their own cars. So based on that inspiration, I knew that I had to touch something that existed, something easy, that was appealing to the mass, but something that I had to change in many, many different ways. And there was one car I've always wanted to have, but never bought, for one simple reason. I just thought I was never gonna use it for what it was intended to be made. And also, I myself prefer interiors that are completely plush. Once you get into the Rolls Royce, the Bentleys, looking at anything that's not that makes you go, I don't know. So that's where the idea came about. The one car that'd be perfect right now for this project would be a Raptor. This is my truck.
That's it.
And to everyone asking, yes, I'm a cheap fuck. No, I'm changing the wheels and all the other stuff, so there's no point in me getting the more expensive Raptor. So, all right, let's get it. Look at her. Oh, don't worry, guys. Nothing that you're seeing on the outside is gonna stay. Oh, Ivan, this looks so good. All cleaned up. Thank you, sir. And I gotta be completely honest with you. It completely blew my mind. I thought I was gonna drive it and be like, okay, well, yeah, I can work on this. But when I drove it and it became real, it was fast. It was sexy.
Nice!
The whistles.
It had that extra appeal that I didn't even know it had, even though I had looked at the car. I was like, this is the one. This one is the one that's impressed me the most, just with Tommy driving it. And also the Mexican window is a huge selling point for me. It really is. I don't care what anyone says. So like a maniac, I instantly called Jeff, Bo, the owner of the dealership there. I called Tommy at the shop and everyone and said, guys, this is the car I want to make. This is my vision. This is where I want to take it. Can you guys help me with this? And they basically laughed at me. We're like, hey, can do anything you want. So if you really want to do that, we believe that this is the right project for you. Let's go. And that's how we got it rolling.
So on this one, I was thinking, obviously right here, I want to put a light bar right here, a badass one, kind of like the one mine has, but above it. So something here. I want to have a rig up here that goes up and down like in the Shelby, and then some lights set up back here. As for inside, we're gonna do a starlight. I'd love to have some interior lighting underneath certain panels so that people can see and that we can change colors, kind of like an S-Class.
So at that point, the guys at Galpin are completely ready to go. I'm ready to get started, but then I realized, you know what? I need to spend some time with my truck so that I can fully understand what other elements are gonna be needed later down the road. Because if I just go with what I need right now, without really falling in love with the truck, without really understanding everything that it does and what it lacks, which honestly is nothing other than what I think I did, was the key to success here. So I grabbed my truck and I started, like, for example, the first thing I did was the bed liner. I had no idea that you had to do the bed liner separately from ordering the truck. I thought every truck came with a bed liner installed, which is the liquid that they put on the truck after they sell it to you on the back, so that it's scratch resistant and you can put shit in there without worrying about it. I didn't even know that, so I had to start with the basics. So after I had the truck for a while, I had to do what everyone said that I was never gonna do, which is off-roading with a truck. And the reason why is, I intended at first to sell this truck for those who didn't want to off-road. But then I realized that I was limiting myself to just one market and not all of it. So I said, you know what? If I'm gonna play with the off-roading stuff, I need to go off-roading. And on the way there, I immediately noticed, Tommy's truck is way quicker than mine.
1, 2, go!
Hey, Alejandro wants the Tommy special.
I need the Tommy special.
So the idea of doing a power upgrade came about from losing on the way to off-roading with Tommy. And as if it wasn't enough, Tommy also had a badass exhaust in his car that basically just made me go deaf for like 30 seconds while we were racing him. And I realized, my truck doesn't sound like that. I need that. So we went on and put an exhaust in the truck. Everything was being developed as we needed it. There's no fake bullshit in here. There's nothing here that we just threw thinking, oh, that guy's gonna love it. It's stuff that I wanted, stuff that we all wanted.
There you go.
So after off-roading the car, understanding how it behaved there, what it lacked, what it needed, which by the way, it's so complete, and now I understand what these cars need to be better at off-roading and what they need to do in order to be better on the street, I decided, you know what, I'm ready. I'm gonna take it home, enjoy the car a little bit more before I give it to gas. And I remember it was that one garage update that we did, where I'm talking about the car and I'm just saying all of the ideas that I have, where I knew that was the right project. That was exactly that moment where I was like, that's it. We're ready to go. Let's take it to gas and start the planning of this. And the whole thing just started from there like crazy. So we went to gas. And I brought my Rolls Royce so that we can compare some things because a lot of the inspiration comes from being as comfortable in a Rolls Royce on a Raptor. That's what I wanted. I wanted that quiet. I wanted that sexy. I wanted that plush. It only made sense that we brought the car that was the originator of the idea so that the guys could feel it, experience it, and understand what I wanted. Either way, when we set out to make a luxury Raptor, the first thing that came to mind was, well, what about the seats? I needed the perfect seats for this car because I wanted them to be comfortable and whatnot. And I had just experienced a brand new Navigator, which I now own too. Yeah, boy! And I love those seats. I love how many options of movement they have. I love the massage they give you, everything. So I became obsessed with one idea and one idea only. I gotta get that Navigator seat and maybe that interior into the car. They started the process. They started taking the whole thing apart. And I remember the first time I showed up to the shop and the whole car was everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. It was pieces here, pieces there, pieces in another room, in another warehouse, from another truck that is not even there. That's when it became real. That's when I felt for the first time ever, we're really gonna do this. As you know, my Raptor is being worked on right now. We're figuring out the seats and we're figuring out the dash. And the car's a little bit of a mess right now, so check this out. And Eric is saying it took him an hour and a half to get it here. There's nothing but the rear seats. There's no dash, there's no steering. Everything is just sitting right here. Ooh, this is insane. How crazy is it to look at all of your cars like this?
By the way, I commend you, Alejandro.
On what?
Having a vision for this, sticking with it. I mean, look at this, dude. Look.
Well, but it's only because someone like Eric can fucking do this shit with his eyes closed. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here with a big smile on my face like, I'd be nervous shitting myself on the floor. Yeah. Your work has not only been proven, it's like a different level of that. I wouldn't feel this comfortable.
You're in good hands. Wait, Eric, you doesn't need these, right? You don't need these, right?
Why? So the car's in pieces. I don't know what's what, but now I'm getting all the feedback from Tommy. I'm getting all the feedback from Eric, from Ray, from Jordan, from everyone at the shop. And I'm starting to understand, again, why this was the perfect move. These guys knew everything they needed to know in order to be able to fit anything from any truck, anywhere that you could possibly imagine. And that was just so much to take in, to understand, to see, and to appreciate. It even got to the point where they even brought a Navigator, a brand new fucking Navigator, and they took it apart and they put it inside my truck. That's right, for a second there, we thought we were gonna make a Raptor Navigator, or a Lincoln Raptor, or a Raptor Navigator, however you wanna look at it. For a second, it felt like that was gonna be the case. Oh my fucking God.
The first time this has ever been close to being done.
Oh my fucking God. We legitimately put the dash of a Navigator and also the first front seats of it on the Raptor. And that is one of the fucking craziest things I remember seeing in this whole thing unfold and going, I remember sitting in the back with Farshad and going, do you feel whatever's going on in the room? Do you feel the energy? There was something so special about that moment. I can put my finger on it. You see how nice that looks, Tommy? Just like even sitting there with those colors. This is the Lincoln, the Navigator that we're using to test all of the stuff that we're using. So I wanted the seats from the Navigator, which are out. Then I noticed that Lincoln had such crazy good interiors and materials. I mean, just look at this. If I have that in my truck, I don't need a Rolls Royce. I said Lincoln is fucking on the come up, and I mean it. I don't just fucking talk. I mean it, and that's why I need these pieces. Look. That's the seat. Look at this and compare it to this. None of that would have ever happened if these guys didn't have that experience, if they knew what they were doing, if they had access to all these different cars and parts. And that just opened my eyes to a whole new world. That is the first time ever we're seeing the Navigator's dash on the car with the steering wheel, the screens, and everything.
You ready?
The big, and before the reveal goes, there is 40-something modules on this car, whereas in the Raptor, there's 20-something modules. Like, there's so many more, and that's gonna be the most...
Oh my God. Okay, I gotta turn this around. Here we go. Boop. Would you narrate this, Alejandro, please? Because they're seeing a lot of things. They're seeing a lot of things that doesn't make sense.
Now, the Navigator seat fits perfectly into this. Perfectly. Holy shit. See, Lincoln? I should have done this.
Oh,
I'm doing it.
Oh, don't worry, Alejandro.
Lincoln's gonna be covered.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry. You got a year to 2 years.
Oh my God. This is crazy. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. How fucking ridiculous is this?
Alejandro, I'm seeing this with my own eyes, and this is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And
It's a cool project, right?
do you agree this is above what you envisioned as well with what just happened right now? Do you agree?
Right now, this is a success.
Yeah, do you agree?
Before it was like, oh, I don't know how it's gonna come out altogether. Like, it's gonna be, I don't know how people are gonna take it and how everything's gonna mix and match. But if that is able to be worked out into the thing,
I'm so
sorry.
I'm getting more and more jealous, by the way. This is
Tommy,
what the fuck, Tommy?
holy fuck. You see, this is the way the Navigator is supposed to. Mwah. The best thing about this is Lincoln now knows that people want this and they'll make it and be able to destroy us after that.
Yeah, dude.
So
They get to the market before we finish ours.
No way.
Listen, we're gonna do production run after knowing and looking at this 1 year.
Limited.
Call it the Raptor Gator.
The Raptor Gator. Yeah, it's like a bad sci-fi movie. I like that. So I was just sitting in the car with Farshad, looking at that Navigator interior, and I was in love. I left there and I was like, please, let this work, please. Let this work. Let this be the one. All right, so we just got out of gas, and they were putting the seats and the dash on my Raptor from the car, from the donor car, if you will, and everything fits. So now the problem is the modules that we're dealing with. For example, my Raptor has 20-something modules. This other car has well over 40. So that's gonna be the next. Let's see if we can do that. Why? Because we need the seats to be able to talk to the dash to be able to do everything that the Raptor can do, and then some. And this other car that we're grabbing the seats from and all of the other stuff from does not have half the shit for off-roading that my Raptor does. So, after a little while, a few phone calls and some time that went by, we realized that that was not gonna be possible. That was not gonna be a viable route to take for this car. That was a really fucking hard moment. I had all of my heart set out on this Navigator interior. And I remember just how that felt. And I also at the same time remember saying, you know what? This Navigator interior isn't here for it to be a Navigator, a Lincoln fucking Raptor. It's not there for that. This Navigator is here to show me the other pieces from that Navigator build that just look so good inside of the car. So I started looking at buttons, at holders filled with chrome, at other materials that I had never paid attention in the Raptor. And that opened my eyes to all of these other new things. So in the end, while I was looking at everything just going to shit and just my idea not working, here comes again hope, here comes again, I see it. And now I even see it more because that one thing that I thought was gonna be a big obstacle has turned into a massive positive. And then the project took again another life, a whole new different direction from where we started. So today's April 17th, we're back at gas. Tommy has an update. I think a lot of the interior just came in for the Raptor and we just wanna make sure that everything looks up to par. The leather, the materials, everything we're all agreeing on. And I'll update you as I see Tommy right now. So this is what, Tommy?
So this is the suede that we're gonna be using for all the like side panels, the door panels, the A pillar, B pillar, C pillar.
It looks and feels really, really nice.
Yeah. And it's pretty much what we did your golf truck. We redid your golf truck in this.
Yes.
So it's the same material,
thank you.
it'll last, it'll do well.
Perfect.
So this is that part. For the leather.
So that's for all the bits that we're gonna see that are not black leather.
That, yes. It's
Okay.
all the other bits. And then even on your door panels, we'll have the certain diamond stitch ones that are actually leather, but everything else will be covered in that.
Yes.
You won't see any plastic. Just like how you saw on the Rocket. So it'll be nice.
That's it. That's
All your
it.
body will touch nice fuzzy surfaces.
Perfect.
You feel like you're like in a fresh at it.
You're gonna feel like I'm far shot at all times, except with a shower.
It with less oil. So I know this is not the color we're going for, but I brought this sample because this was the biggest piece we had, so you can see how soft it is.
Ooh.
So this is
That, buddy.
as the catalog. Oh wow! As the catalog says, bovine of European origin. So it's from Italy.
That's amazing.
Specifically, these are probably the colors that we're going to be looking at.
Ooh, Snow White or Arctic White. Which one would you take? I think Arctic White is whiter.
Yeah,
That's wider.
that one's like
Yeah.
that's like what's in your rolls. But I love the texture of this one though.
Okay, so came outside to look at the whites. Hang on, where? Oh, there they are.
Yeah, you can't compare.
Yeah, so you can
This.
see that. Yeah, that's pure white.
Absolutely, we're gonna go with pure white. So we put in the orders for everything. We decided we're gonna cover this in leather. We're gonna cover that in Alcantara. The roof, which was a massive problem and a huge fuck up because I bought it with a panoramic roof. And in order for us to do that, we had to legitimately buy another roof from another truck that didn't have a panoramic sunroof and just put it in there. So, I mean, we legitimately faced so many problems, but without those problems, we wouldn't be heading in this direction. But now the $1 million question was, how many are you gonna sell of it? And I don't know why we started saying we're gonna produce this car for a year. 1 year and we're gonna cap the amount of cars and just fucking bang it out. And at some point, I'm guessing my fear, I have no idea, no answer for this, change it to 25 cars. We're only gonna make 25 cars.
And again, I'm not selling mine. We're probably gonna make 25 of these and put them up for sale.
That's where that number came about. It was in one video here that I'm going in and just like, yeah, we're just gonna make 25 cars. And I don't know what changed.
Okay, so now that we did the interior, I think that's what I came in for right now, just to pick the materials, make sure that we were on the same page about those. What's next?
So we have to order the hides, probably gonna be close to 3 hides. Once the hides get here, we're gonna finish up actually doing the upholstery work. So we take out the existing covers on the truck, pretty much undo everything, and then we re-stitch up the new ones with patterns and everything to make sure it fits perfectly. Do your center console, the dash, and everything has to come out. And all the other pieces are gonna go piano black. So when the dash is coming out, we're gonna separate everything, and all the other trim pieces that we already agreed upon are gonna go piano black at the same time. So we're probably looking at this point, from the time the hide gets here, 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then the interior will be done, and then it just gets back and all the other parts literally get slapped on, probably another couple of weeks for that, and you're good to go.
So after that, you have a couple of weeks where you don't think anything is going on, but all of the parts are getting wrapped in leather, Alcantara, all of these delicious stuff. And then finally one day I get a call. Hey man, your parts starting to roll in, and they're all covered in leather, and you can see what the texture's like, and you can come touch them, smell them, whatever you want.
This is a good moment for an update. We're looking at releasing the car by Pebble Beach. So during Pebble Beach, most likely we're gonna debut the car. I haven't done anything at Pebble. I never thought that I would, just like with the LA Auto Show, and now we get to escalate that and announce our truck that we're gonna be selling and all of that stuff. Here is my bed, but here's the truck. And as you guys can tell, white body is already installed on the front. Well, not installed, but Jordan's getting to it, right, Jordan? He's like, yeah, va a quedar chingón. Yeah, that it will be cool. Look how wide that is.
So at some point I'm looking at all these parts coming in, the wide body kit, and then I realize, oh shit, I'm gonna need wheels. And at that point, I realized, well, wouldn't it be bitchin' if I could make my own wheel for this car? And then comes literally in a white horse, Casey from 1221 Wheels, and goes, hey Alejandro, we're planning on doing something different. Would you be interested in maybe doing a wheel line? I was like, ah, yes, yes! And everything fucking happens for a reason. And I think those wheels are gonna debut in Monterey with the Raptor guys.
we're at the stage where now everything has been taken out and all of the pieces are being worked on. So everything that needed leather, anything that needed Alcantara, anything that needed to be touched is already in the process. So this is completely empty right now. And Eric was telling me that this is the car that he's stripped the most. So that makes me feel really great about myself and everything. Look at all the airbags. Isn't that insane? And now we're not that far away from being completely done with this. Well, these guys are, because I just pretend that I do shit, but I don't. That is my dashboard. This is the dashboard of the car. So you guys understand the detail of how much work is gonna go into this, or in how much work the guys are putting into it. This is the steering wheel. This is where the screen goes. And that right there is the glove box. How insane is that? And what we're looking at right now, and you know what, let me show you. There's a few pieces back here. The seats. Oh, they have been a nightmare. We're buying new seats. We found the perfect seats for it, so that's what we're doing, because you know the whole fiasco with the Navigator, since it didn't fit and all that stuff, that's where we at. And now you're gonna see a bunch of pieces, for example, like this one already covered in leather, black and white leather, along with that right there. And this is when it becomes real, because now seeing the leather being stitched in and how well it's done, it's fucking awesome. Like, it's coming to life. What I had in my tiny little brain, it's coming to life thanks to these guys. It's shit like this. Always surround yourself with people that let you do more, that allow you to grow, that allow you to do stuff like this, that believe in you. And also, you gotta prove yourself. That's not gonna happen out of nowhere. So, and I think this is one of those projects. So it feels really special. I don't know.
Holy shit! That was a great day. Showing up to that shop and just being able to look at each piece just covered in leather and redone to the maximum capacity of luxury and basically engineering, because Eric and Ray and Jordan, they're basically engineering shit that didn't come out of a box. They're making stuff that is so special and so unique and so different. So now imagine looking at all those little parts everywhere and the whole thing started to shape up. Even though it was not very clear already in my eyes, what I had in my head was right there, and that, whatever was all over the place, which was all the car, was exactly what I had in mind. I didn't know why, but that was actually even better. That was a great fucking moment. So here we are today. We are literally a week away from Car Week. So we're cutting it really short. But all of the pieces are coming together. I obviously can't see the whole assembly of everything because I don't want to lose that feeling of when I see the car. Everything looks like it's gonna make sense. Everything looks like it's coming together very nicely. Tomorrow I'm gonna go pick up my wheels and I'm gonna take them to gas and they're gonna put them on the truck. And the truck should be done either tomorrow or Thursday, with literally just a few days for test driving it and making sure that it's perfect so that we can take it to Pebble. I'm expecting this to be absolutely jaw-dropping. I'm hoping that the character of the car on the outside will be as I thought, just a crazy stance, a lot of presence, and something that people will see and go, holy fuck! That makes no sense whatsoever, but I want it. And then they're gonna open the doors and they're gonna look at the interior and go, oh my God.
This is so fucking huge. Just do it already. Oh, fuck.
It looks like a fucking toy.
I want to see the interior of this thing.
Most of the work went in the interior.
A lot of time and detail was spent.
Oh my God. So dope. I'm of course crying like a little bitch. This is way better than anything I could have ever thought about. Can I sit in it?
So there you have it. That's exactly how the Raptor S came about. With a lot of love, with a clear vision of what we wanted to accomplish, and with an incredibly experienced team that was just ready and waiting for the right opportunity to showcase everything they got and then some. And today I'm happy to show you guys the final Raptor S, which I haven't seen yet. I'm jealous of you.